Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Steve and Crypto Show. I'm Steve.
I'm Crypto Zoo.
You guys getting hyped up for Halloween? I am. How about you, man?
I definitely am. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, even though we're kind of stuck this year, and we're not like able to go out and do the usual trick or treating thing, or we're not advised to.
Wait, hold on.
I'm,
You're in your 30s. You're trick or treating?
well, I got kids now. I got an excuse.
Okay. I just figured you shave real good and put on a.
I mean, I don't look my age, but still, I mean, I had to stop when I was around 16. I think my parents said that you can't do it anymore, and I'm fine with it.
It's like, kid, you got hair on your nuts. No more trick or treating. And I think is that like the cutoff time for trick or treating is when you start growing hair on your balls?
Yeah, I'd say like 15, 16. You're done. Go to a party or something. You can find other options.
So,
but I'm still gonna make the best of the holiday.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm probably just gonna have the kids watch some family friendly Halloween stuff. Maybe Ghostbusters or Hocus Pocus or Nightmare Before Christmas. Some of the classic ones. What about you?
Right. Pretty much, man. I think I'm just gonna hang out at home with the lady and play games and eat some junk food that we don't need to be eating. And I mean, if we'll have candy, so if any kids come show up knocking on the door, we'll be able to take care of them.
Throw it 6 feet.
I just throw it. I got my little wrist rocket ready, so I can just shoot Jolly Ranchers at them or whatever, But no, man, really, we're just gonna hang out, watch movies, play games, chill, get festive. I mean, we gotta make the best of it. It's not gonna be perfect. It's not gonna be like Halloween normally feels, but we're gonna enjoy ourselves. It's gonna be nice to just chill out and relax. But I mean, here, the last freaking 9 of the last 10 years, it like rained and was shitty out anyway. So, you know what? I'll hang out at home and look at my awesome decorations, which you've seen. You stopped by the place recently. We were all safe. We wore our masks and we're socially distanced. And you saw the stuff. We kind of went all out, and looks like you guys put some work in too. I see some stuff hanging there behind you on the walls.
Definitely. I mean, half of this shit's up all year round anyway. But you're still not gonna keep me down, even though we're not trick or treating. Like, you're not gonna take the spirit of Halloween away from me.
That was also not a product endorsement. Spirit of Halloween shop. So don't even, unless you want to send us stuff, we'll shout you out all the fucking time. But anyway, so what have you been doing leading up to Halloween? Watching any good movies? I know we always mention movies.
Definitely, yeah, of course. It's my favorite month of the year. And so, I mean, I watch horror movies all year round, but I try to always watch a little bit more in October. And so just today, just before recording, actually, we watched Sleepy Hollow. And I just finished watching the remake of The Thing.
The remake of the remake, yeah. Which Sleepy Hollow did you watch? Did you watch the Johnny Depp one?
Yeah, the Johnny Depp one.
It did a good job.
Yeah, it's crazy thinking that movie's 21 years old already.
Yeah. You probably watched that the first year you had to quit trick-or-treating.
I remember watching it at my cousin's house by myself in the dark. I think she was like, "Hey, do you want to watch a movie?" And I picked out the one I wanted. And then she was like, "All right, well, good night," and just shut the door on me and just left me as a kid to watch, people get their heads cut off. But, I didn't really care because I wasn't really scared that easily.
I watched the, did you ever see the old Disney animated version of that? The, Mr. Toad and Adventures of Ichabod or whatever it is. I just watched it the other day on my 31 Nights of Halloween marathon I do every year, which I think I might have mentioned before. But yeah, I don't know if you've seen that one. It's on Disney Plus. It's really good. I remember watching it when I was a kid, and the image of the headless horseman always stuck with me. Kind of scared the shit out of me as a kid, to be honest. But that's how it is. So what are you gonna do actually on Halloween? We talked about what I'm doing, but
yeah, I think the main plan is basically just to I got the day off, let the kids just be in their costumes all day and have some candy and maybe I don't know, maybe take them downtown if they're doing the little parade or store trick or treat thing. I doubt they are.
I do hear a few places down there will still, have candy to give out to kids. I mean, I don't know if it's a good idea to encourage any crowds or anything, but
yeah,
I'll
probably go to a few select people's homes that I know are safe.
Yeah, family and stuff. Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, you guys are welcome to come by out here.
And we probably will. I think we're just going to go to a handful of people, people's homes that we know and keep it at that, and then go back home, and maybe I'll have some candy waiting for the boys when they get back. And so watch some movies and call it a day.
Yeah. I know we're like making it sound like we're not excited, but I think life's been so crazy lately and tiring and just working so hard that you just like run down, and like in your head you're running in circles like doing cartwheels and shit like, woo, Halloween's coming. But now it's just like, yeah, Halloween, I might just watch a movie or just hang out, maybe have some candy. But
yeah,
really, I'm like, I'm hyped for real. I don't sound like it, but I know you are too. It's just that time of year. So what else is new?
Well, just been, keeping in the holiday spirit. Actually kind of getting a few things, not to jump ahead to Christmas when we're not even to Halloween yet.
That's a bad word. That's a bad word here.
Well, this is kind of cool because we, we're planning on getting like a black Christmas tree, and we're gonna kind of have like a Nightmare Before Christmas tree, or at least like a Halloween Christmas hybrid tree, if that makes sense. I'm looking forward to it. Finding some cool decorations for it, maybe get like some cool wreaths and whatnot. We have some purple lights to put around it. So just slowly adding decorations to that, to that project. I'm hoping that I can get together with some people and play some games soon. Like I don't think it's going to happen this year just with how the COVID thing is, but I guess my spirit really wants to. Again, not an endorsement, but my spirit wants to play games.
It could very easily be an endorsement, but it's not.
Yeah, it's not. But very badly, I really would like to play games. It's that time of year when you just want to like stay inside and throw something together in the crock pot and play Clue and, listen to some Black Sabbath.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we've been, what are we, 5 episodes in now? 5, 6 episodes?
This is episode 6 now.
Okay. Cool, man.
Yeah.
I actually want to take a second and thank everybody who's been listening and everybody who's been promoting us and everybody who's been giving us shout outs on social media. And, it means a lot that people are actually enjoying what we're doing. Cause like I'm my own worst critic. So I think like, always think we could be way better, but like people are enjoying us and people keep coming back and listening, and it's awesome. And speaking of people listening, coming soon, since we're talking about the show, I might as well talk about what's coming up soon on the show. We have I had a little conversation with Ken Johnson, the Atomic Hillbilly Heck Johnson. He's the dude who did our logo for the show. And we chatted about all kinds of shit, horror movies, horror hosts, thrifting, people being assholes and being good people. It was a fun conversation. It's probably gonna drop here hopefully this week, and it should be like a good two-parter, I guess a bonus episode. But and you also got interview with.
Yeah, well, I was just going to mention that myself. I didn't want to cut you off, but I was going to say,
my brain's tired. I got lost, so you take it over here.
Okay, yeah, I didn't want to cut you off, but yes, coming very soon. I am going to be lining up a little chat with the two of the members of Jack Havoc out of Port Angeles. So we're going to be talking to John and Keegan. And they actually designed a comic book not long ago. They have a comic book company called Your Mom Comics. And I'm really looking forward to talking to them, man, because, you know, I'm a drummer and John is the drummer for their group. I've, you know, my bands over the years have played with their group and, you know, and they're just really nice guys. John is a hell of a tattoo artist and he has done 99% of the tattoos on me. And, you know, I think it's going to be a fun little chat. We're going to play a couple songs from them. There's a lot of things to talk about with them. I'm looking forward to it.
I want to add that Jack Havoc is a really cool, what would you say? They're like a superhero metal band.
Yeah.
And they're really cool. They, you know, they got costumes and everything, which, and the comic book, which is right up our alley. So that should be a fun chat. Like, that's coming up really soon. And,
yeah.
What else do we got going?
Well, you know, I wanted to say, a few episodes back, you know, you kind of threw a couple questions my way and people got to learn a little bit about me. And so I thought we're 6 episodes in now. We should do the same thing for you. So I got a few questions here that I wanted to toss your way if you're cool with it, you know, throw you under the bus.
Before we get into that, I'm just double checking and make sure we're recording. Funny story. A couple days ago, we were trying to record this episode, and we had a good episode going. Everything was going smooth, and I needed to pause for some reason and realized that my dumbass didn't hit record. So we lost the whole episode of material, but we got it. We got it this time. I'm gonna do it. It was funny. I was pissed off for days after that, but I'm good now. We laughed it off. Halloween's coming.
I know. I came down to your work and they said you weren't even there. You're like, nah, he's just at home.
Yeah,
he's at home sulking.
He took a leave of absence and stayed home and cried. But, no, man, no reason to be mad on Halloween. Get pissed off around Christmas like everybody else. But okay, what you got for me, man?
All right, man. Well, you know, some of these might be a little basic to you, but again, the listeners might not know these things about you. So, here we go.
I'm going to start. They're not reading the Steve Strout Wikipedia page. Just kidding. There isn't one. Okay.
Apparently not. So, you know, since it's Halloween time, a few of these are horror themed. But you know, I'm going to get right to it here. Your favorite Universal monster, who is it?
Easily, it's Frankenstein's monster. That the movie, the Karloff version, is my favorite monster. It's the movie is probably one of my most watched films, besides, you know, like the Star Wars movies and Night of the Living Dead, the original Romero version. just I don't know the Frankenstein movie. The story itself is crazy enough, but the movie, just the way Boris portrayed the monster without much, with like no dialogue, he delivered a performance, like showed so much feeling and emotion with just his gestures and body movements and stuff that it I don't know, it just resonated with me. And if you I'm assuming everybody who's listened to the show has seen the Universal Frankenstein. If not, I don't. How would you even find us? Like, how do you even know who we are and listen to us?
Do you even know what horror movies are?
Yeah. But it's a kind of a sad story, because there's this creature that he didn't ask to be what he is. You know what I mean? He didn't. Nobody wants to. Like, he's seen as a monster, and he sees himself as a monster at one point in the movie, and like it's just sad to, like, you think about people that are like outcasts and everything, and think how they feel. Or I'm sure you've ever been like felt like picked on or made fun of, and it makes you like shit. And like and this guy don't know how to express how he feels. All they see is this big scary creature, so like people just shit on him, and it's like sad. And he just wants to have a friend, and he makes a friend, and he accidentally kills his friend. He throws like when he throws a little girl in the water, and he's just playing with her, but he don't understand. He don't realize who he is or what he is, and it's just, I don't know, man. It's just so much depth. It's just like a deep movie. Just a lot more to it than just a monster flick. But
definitely. Your favorite slasher icon from the horror genre?
Pretty sure we've had this conversation multiple times in person, and it's always Freddy Krueger. Just because his personality, like, and the evolution of the character from the first movie, where he's just a evil, a shithead that just kills teenagers in their dreams to get revenge on their parents. He goes from that, but in each movie he gets more and more of like a personality. He gets, they throw in humor, and like he gets all snarky, and he's a smart ass, and it's funny. It's like I don't know. I just liked it. I like the humor. Just like, we've talked before about you liking Chucky.
Yeah.
And a big part of Chucky is his personality, is his little, he's just a little smart ass, snarky fuck, but he will fuck you up. And that's cool.
That's one thing that, all of the horror icons like Michael and Jason and Leatherface kind of lack, is that they don't talk. There's no personality.
Yeah.
And yes, that does make them a little scarier at times, but I like a killer that's a bit of a smartass too.
Yeah.
If I like a good mix of horror and comedy.
Yeah, so, for sure.
All right. So can you name one film, book, or a TV series that jump-started your interest in horror?
I have said a million times, Night of the Living Dead. That was one of my earliest movie watching memories, my first horror memory. And yeah, man, just hands down, Night of the Living Dead. We could talk about it forever, or we could just take my word for it. Night of the Living Dead, it's a George A. Romero classic. Without that movie, we wouldn't have, Walking Dead. We wouldn't have all these other great zombie movies. That and like, it's a classic, man. It's a cult film classic that has been watched through generations. Like, you think, like, I'm always talking horror hosts. Like, every horror host has just about every horror host has hosted the Night of the Living Dead movie. And it's like, I don't know what it is about that movie. It was the first time we've seen flesh-eating zombies, and it just created that whole world. Scary, almost, I don't want to say post-apocalyptic because it wasn't at that point in the Romero, what's the word I'm thinking of? In his canon, you know what I mean? Like, there's night, dawn, and day. Like, it progresses deeper and deeper into this zombie infested world. But yeah, man, that's my fucking jam.
Yeah. No, I love that one too. I mean, you're right. It's kind of where it all began, there's a reason why nobody really tries to touch that one anymore, Well, I mean, it's been remade before. It's been like touched up and
it's been remade. Remastered. Like the Tom Savini remake wasn't too bad. I think it was in like around early 90s. It was pretty good, but it's not the classic. I mean, Savini will even tell you that. It's like,
well, I'm saying I can't see that happening with CGI. I'm glad they don't try to even fuck with that one anymore.
I don't,
I don't really want to see that movie with CGI.
I'd rather watch them crazy old monster movies anyways that use just all practical and using chocolate syrup for blood and shit. It's in black and white. Like, it's like Psycho and because like the blood would have been like too much, for screen and TV. Like, the ratings and stuff would have went crazy. I guess in like Psycho, they the shower scene, like the movie, I guess they were gonna do it in color, but the shower scene, seeing the blood go down the drain, would have been like too much, so they just did it in black and white. That made a difference between like, what was it, PG and R or something like that. There's a weird story behind it, but I'm sure we'll discuss that someday too.
Yeah. I know you follow and enjoy some horror hosts. Are there any that stand out that you'd like to mention?
Well, I definitely want to mention Igoro because I work with the guy. He's an actor.
Thank you very much for the little shout out on the show.
You heard the little clip we use? That's always fun. Every time I hear that, I'm like, yes, that's good. Yeah. But the actor Mark Pinckney, he's a great actor, great improv actor. But he does the Igoro character, and it's been about a year that I've been working with him, and doing his social media and stuff for him, helping him get it going. Because he's like, he's a talented dude, and I knew a little more about social media than him, which he's kind of new to it, and I'm still teaching him some of that, but I helped him get it going, and he's starting to get a little following, which is really cool. And he actually has hopefully this episode gets out before, but he's going to be dropping a Halloween episode. It's going to be like a variety show where he's going to do a bunch of different things, songs, and he's going to show a lot of his like monster and horror collection. Like, he has like cool old like vintage mask collection and like the old models and stuff that people used to collect. It's really cool. He's going to do a lot of cool things. I only know a little bit about it, so I don't want to say he's going to do this or that and be full of shit because I don't know. But I do know he's what he's told me. Going by what he's told me, and that's good. He's Igoro. Watch the Igoro show. Find the Igoro show YouTube channel and subscribe and keep up on it. All the episodes get posted there. And who else? I mean, of course, Joe Bob Briggs is like the man. I watch him when his season is going on Shudder. I always watch that, and I've actually gotten acquainted with his co-host, Darcy, the Mail Girl. She's cool and somebody I'm really hoping to have on the show sometime, which could maybe lead to us getting Joe Bob on here, but we'll see. I'm not going to start saying we're gonna get this or that or anything until we fucking do it. But there's that one. There's another national show is on. There's a small network called U2 America, YOUTOO America, and there's a show called The Macabre Theater, hosted by my friend Ivana Cadaver, and occasionally she has Butch Patrick on there co-hosting with her, that's a good hosted show. She's funny. So that's Macabre Theater with Ivana Cadaver. Of course, Svengoolie. Svengoolie is the man. Like, everybody should watch. What's cool about him is, like, you don't have to be a hardcore horror fan to enjoy him, because he shows a lot of just fun movies. More on the fun side of horror movies and sci-fi movies. Like, nothing gory or anything. I think the scariest he gets is, like, sometimes he'll show some of the Hammer films, which they get a little gory compared to, like, normal, nothing more than you'll see on regular broadcast television, though. You know what I mean? So, like, it's basically Svengoolie, Igoro, Joe Bob Briggs. There's a ton of other ones. There's I've gotten to be good buddies with this kid, goes by Dario Evo, who he's out of Louisiana. He's really good young dude who's really passionate about it, super passionate, and so I like to support him. And he'll definitely be joining us at some point. I'm stoked because he's actually going to be showing Night of the Living Dead soon. So that's cool. So Dario, and he actually got some shout outs on the actor David Dastmalchian. He released a comic book called Count Crowley, which I talked about on the stevestrout.com. I probably mentioned it a couple times, but it's a great book. It's about a horror host who finds out that the movies and the monsters are real, and she has to fight them, and it's cool shit. But he did a little live stream recently and gave Dario a shout out, which was really cool because, like, Dario is, like, brand new, so that's, like, a big thing for, like, this actor that's been in Marvel movies, and he's going to be in the new Dune movie. He's done some really cool shit, but he gave this kid a shout out, which is, it's a big thing. So who to say? I said Ivana, Dario, Igoro, Svengoolie. There's so many good ones, man. Mr. Lobo, he's awesome. Of course, the legend Count Gore Duvall was the first horror host on the internet, because he was on TV for years. Like, he's pushing 50 years, I think. And then, a lot of the shows died off 80s, early 90s. And then once the internet hit in the late 90s, he just started a show and was, like, the first one to do it online. So that was cool. But yeah, man, there is so freaking many. Like, if anybody's actually interested in knowing about it, there's so many resources online, or you could even go to, like, thestevestrout.com. About a year ago, I did a series of profiles on hosts, and I did a bunch of newer hosts and mixed in a couple legends, like I said, Svengoolie got involved and Count Gore. But yeah, man, it's fun. It's a big part of American media, TV culture that enough people don't know about, I think, and they need to. They should.
Yeah. And, what better month to get into horror hosts, go dive down that rabbit hole than October, than right now.
Yeah.
So, and I'm saying that for myself too, actually. I should probably start, checking some of those guys out. So, like me, I know you collect a handful of different things. Do you have a favorite thing that you collect?
Right now, my focus has been, I've collected all kinds of stuff over the years, from comics to different toys to records. We collect games. But right now, my main focus has been, like Godzilla toys, and Frankenstein toys, collectibles, action figures, statues, whatever I could get that I could afford. I mean, there's a lot of shit out there that I can't afford that I would love to have, but basically my main things is Frankenstein and Godzilla. And I mean, we still get Funko Pops. I was into that a lot for a while, but now I'm really selective because that gets expensive, because it seems like every other week there's 10 different Funko Pops. Like, oh, I need that one. I need that. I want that. I love that movie. I'm going to get all of them. I'm like, yeah, I can't do that. Not anymore.
Ooh, they got a Deadpool with his left arm up in the air. Ooh, they got a Deadpool with the right arm in the air.
70 different Deadpools, like Deadpool on a scooter, or Deadpool. Yeah, no, I'm good. I mean, it's cool. They're all cool. And occasionally something will come up that I just have to have. But other than that, mostly the Godzilla and Frankenstein.
Right on. Well, you mentioned board games. Do you have a favorite board game in your collection?
I don't know if I have a favorite. We have a lot that we play. What are we playing the most?
Or maybe just one that you've played recently that you really enjoyed.
I got there's a game called Campy Creatures. I can't think of the company that makes the game, but it's a really cool game. Like, the art on it is like awesome, and it has just like different characters, like a kaiju monster, and just different creatures you play, and you kind of like build your deck, and you just kind of compete for points. And it's, honestly, it's really tricky to explain. Like, I wish I could invite everybody over and I'll just play it with you guys. So if anybody wants to come, once COVID's over, we'll let all 10 million of you that listen come on over and we'll play. But I think it's only like a 5-player game though, so you guys are gonna have to wait.
You can invite people over to come play the game. Just don't promise punch and pie, okay? Because if you have all these people show up and you don't have punch and pie, you don't want to see what happens.
Honestly, I work so much I probably can't even promise I'm gonna be home. But come by, come on by.
So, the next one, 3 simple words: Marvel or DC.
See, you say that 3 simple words, but you can't answer it simply.
I didn't say the answer is simple.
Answer it simply. I need more simple answers. Okay. I love Batman. It's, he's probably my favorite superhero. But I like Marvel more, just because their stories and all their stuff is just written better, just more well written. And also, I feel like most Marvel stuff is written so that will play out well when they make movies. I think that's at least over the last 5 to 10 years, which I think is their whole point, because it's all part of Disney and it's all rolled together. But I think Marvel stuff is more well written, but I like some DC characters more. That's my final answer. Sticking to it.
So since you're kind of talking about comic books there, do you have one you've been reading or, lately, or one that you enjoy? Is there any comic that you really want to mention?
Well, like I said, time-wise, it's been crazy, but the most recent comic I read is the Count Crowley comic I mentioned, which is about this lady was she was a reporter for a station that her family owned, but she had a drinking problem, and she screws up on the job, so they either tell her you're taking this horror host job, which she resents, or you're fired. So she takes the horror host job and don't take it seriously, but people love her because she's funny, just smart ass on the show. So she catches on, but then she figures out that the monsters are real, like in the movies and stuff, and she pretty much fights them. And and it ends with a left wide open. So I'm thinking we're gonna see more of the comic. But I don't want to give too much away. But I will tell you that they just released the trade for the first 4 issues, because it was only a 4-issue run. So the graphic novel version of the comic is out now in stores and on Dark Horse Comics, and that's the one that the actor David Dastmalchian wrote, and it's really good. The art is cool. It's a well written book. It's fun. There's a lot of funny stuff. There's a lot of ass kicking. There's a lot of screwing up on a job, which we could all relate to. Well, no, man, I love that book. It's a good comic. It's fun. I enjoyed it.
Nice. Cool. Well, now we're going to switch it up and talk about something a little bit more personal to you. What made you want to start the SteveStrout.com? Pardon the commentary in the background.
That's just my fans back there. They're like, yeah, the Steve Strout.
Tell us about you.
Yeah, no, it's maybe want to start. It was just I love all this stuff, comics and movies and TV and all this nerdy shit, but I never felt like I was creative to create my own art or write anything. So it's like, you know what? I'm just going to promote other people's shit. That's my contribution. So I just started the blog site, thestevestrout.com, to use it to promote, creators, and to promote all the nerd conventions and stuff I'd go to. And yeah, that's pretty much why I did it. And then it just kind of stuck and kind of snowballed into this, which is a lot easier. So much less typing, which I love, that part. But I still put stuff up there, and I always post our episodes there. So like, it's the easiest way to remember. Instead of telling people, hey, there's 50 different podcast distributors you could search, or you could just go to thestevestrout.com, and the new episode will always be embedded there. So you can just go there and watch it. But
yeah, they usually come up around noon or so, right?
On release days, it's at noon. There's not set release days. We're not paid to do this yet, so we're just getting them together as our schedule lets us, as life lets us.
Put them out when we can, but
so far we're keeping it good. We're trying to keep it at least an episode every couple weeks.
Yep, and we appreciate anybody out there listening. Really, thank you guys.
Thanks so much.
So. Did you have a favorite sitcom growing up?
Sitcom? I don't know.
Yeah.
I know when I was maybe Munsters, Addams Family, Sanford and Son. I don't know. Some of those shows. Those were classics as a kid.
Yeah.
Learned a lot from them shows. Even like All in the Family, as politically incorrect as Archie Bunker was, like, you learn a lot from that show. How to not act towards other people, or how, you know what I mean? It's just good stuff. And then everybody watched like the friggin' in the early 90s, like Fresh Prince. Everybody watched that.
That was my favorite. That's my ultimate favorite. Dude, Jeffrey always came in with the good side little remarks,
Mm-hmm. Not everybody will admit anymore that everybody liked the Cosby Show, because all the Bill Cosby pervert shit, which was sad. But fuck perverts. I say that right now. I'm gonna throw it out there. It's as political as I get. If you're a pervert or you're fucking hurt kids or anything, fuck you. I don't want you to listen. But anyways,
we don't need your listen. We don't need it.
But anyways, let's get change the subject.
Yeah. Let's keep it rolling here with something good. Is there a film, a TV series, or a comic that you wish you could be a part of, star on, or write for?
Well, I would love to have been involved some way in any of the Star Wars stuff. That would be cool. Or, or, I'll cut this. If she starts getting loud or something, hit the mute button on the microphone, and I don't think it'll pick up any of that. But something I'd like to be a part of would be like any of the Star Wars stuff, or I mean, shoot, I would have liked to have been. I would even like to have just been like a walker on The Walking Dead and just get fucking killed by Daryl Dixon or something. That would be cool. Actually, no, if I was gonna get killed, I'd want to get killed by Michonne. She would have been the one to kill me. Michonne or Little Ass Kicker. But no, comics, I don't know. Maybe I'd like to have been Batman. That would have been kind of cool.
Right on. All right. Well, I got one more for you. If you were featured in a comic, would you be a hero or a villain? You kind of just mentioned it with Batman there. But
yeah, but now if you put it like,
you can change that answer if you like, you know.
Not that you put it like that.
Yeah.
Odds are,
because I know for me, I would like to be a villain. I mean, I you know, in real life, I'm not going to do anything that's going to make me a villain. I don't look good in orange.
It just seems like,
you know?
It just seems like villains have more fun.
They do. I've always liked villains more. I've always been the guy that kind of roots for the bad guy in the movies.
Like, how about being somebody like the Punisher? You're not really the good guy. You're kind of a shitty guy, but you get to kick shittier people's ass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
well, those people over there are worse.
Yeah, but then again, you got to come with the fucking baggage and mental issues that guy got, because he got.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Maybe just how about being just like the buddy, like the buddy who kind of knows, the buddy who knows your true identity, but you know, don't get involved in the crazy shit, because I'm not really a violent person. I don't like to be violent or into it, so it's just like, I'll just be your buddy that knows. That's it. I'll keep your secret though, Batman.
That's a good call. I guess I wouldn't mind being.
I'll be Alfred.
I wouldn't mind being like Dopinder, you know, to Deadpool, you know, like, hey, you know what? I'll be out here. Like, Juggernaut looks pretty damn tough. I'll be out here in the car.
Yeah,
you just come run my way when you're ready to get out of here.
You got this. You got the superhuman strength. I'm just gonna sit out here and cry and hope that he don't come and get me.
I'll open the back door for you. You can just jump right in.
Yeah, just Alfred, man. Just be Alfred.
Yeah.
Just be Alfred. You come home from kicking ass, I'll bring you a sandwich. And fucking, you know, I'll keep the Batmobile fueled up, keep the windows washed. And that's it. I get to play with all the cool shit, but I don't have to go out fucking with people. No, I'm good. I'm Alfred.
That sounds like the good life. Yeah, just take the Batmobile for a cruise when he's not fighting crime. Answer.
Alfred. You think Alfred does that at night? Or probably during the day, because Batman's out all night fighting crime. You think Alfred sneaks the Batmobile out and goes out like trying to pick up chicks and stuff?
Yeah, once he sees that Batman's resting, you know, after. I mean, because Batman takes some punches too, so I'm not going to say gets his ass kicked, but after he takes a few punches, you know, he might be at home resting a little bit. You know, he's going to lay back in the bat recliner and take a rest. I bet Alfred slides out the back door and.
He does. He cruises.
Yeah.
He pulls up. You know, it probably works. So he pulls up with his smooth British accent, like, "Hello, ladies."
Right.
But,
he puts the Batman mask on and everything. They jump in. He takes it off. It's me, Alfred.
I'm Batman. I'm Batman.
Yeah. I've been Batman all along. Actually, Bruce Wayne is my butler.
Yeah. But I mean, that's that. Alfred.
Cool.
I'd be involved, but not physically involved. Occasionally, but not usually.
That's fine. You know, No hospital bills.
Yep.
At least not for you.
Yeah, for sure. Well, what else you got for me? Got any more?
No, that's really the end of it all, man.
Good. So now it's just time to get ready for Halloween and try not to eat too much junk food.
Yeah.
I'd say check your candy for drugs, but you're not going to be out trick or treating unless Walmart is slipping drugs in their Snickers bars now. That'd be kind of messed up.
That's a waste. They're not going to do that. Yeah, man. You know, I'm just I'm a little bummed that we can't go out and do the usual thing because I know that Logan's getting excited for it. You know, he's realizing what people do on Halloween. You know, we've walked around on Halloween with him before, but he was a little younger, and I don't know if he was really processing it as well. But now he understands, like, people give you candy, and he's like, I want to get a costume, and you know. As I said, like, he has the Optimus Prime one, but he's not really feeling it. So, the good thing is, yesterday, he showed me a book and it had Darth Vader on the front, you know, and he was like, I want to watch the movie. And I said, no problem. I can line that up for you. So we go in his room and I bring up Disney Plus and he points at Mandalorian. So we start watching that, and he's really liking Baby Yoda, as probably any kid would. And he says he wants to be Baby Yoda for Halloween. So we'll see. You know, a couple hours ago, he said he wanted to be Spider-Man. We're going to take him to the store and let him, you know, decide for himself. But either way, whatever goes down on Halloween, the boys are going to wear costumes, have some candy, probably have some pizza or something. Watch movies, you know, go see a few people that we trust and that are safe and, you know, masked up and whatnot. We'll all be protected. We'll take precaution, you know, as I think anybody out there, you know, anybody listening and anyone in general, you know, just if you're going to go out and do the whole trick-or-treating thing, just try to take precaution and
be safe.
Be safe, you know, bring some hand sanitizer in the car with you, put it on between houses or every couple places or whatever, you know, if you can get those bags that have like it's like the monster's hand with the bag, you know, and you can kind of like extend that out. I mean, it might not be full 6 feet, but it's better than nothing. Get one of those. Yeah. And
I mean, honestly, I don't know if I can speak for you, but I'm not recommending going out trick-or-treating. It might not be the best idea, but you're gonna be safe. But remember, you can still have a good time at home with the family.
Oh yeah,
doing other Halloween stuff, play some games and have some treats and freaking taco night. There you go. Have taco night on Halloween.
You know, I've actually read about people putting together like little mazes and haunted houses in their yard for their kids to go through, or, you know, maybe they call up the neighbors or their friends or whatever, people that they know are safe, you know, they can trust, come by and run through the little haunted house in the yard. I mean, it's better than nothing. You know, people are gonna try to make the best of it. I've read on Facebook and different chat groups and things that's what some folks are doing. You know, they're not going to let the pandemic ruin their holiday. Even if we got to stay home, we're going to find something to do.
Yeah, for sure, man. And on that note, it sounds like the Crypto Zoo fans are outside their dressing room door waiting for a meet and greet or something.
All so, two of them.
We should let's wrap it up here. Remind everybody, watch The Mandalorian this weekend. We've been this Steve and Crypto Show. Thanks for listening, and find us wherever you listen to podcasts or on thestevestrout.com. Thanks, guys.
Thank you guys for listening. We love you. And if you don't hear the final, Halloween episode, happy Halloween in advance.
I think CryptoZoo is about to die now. Bye, guys.